Let me assure you that God's plans are way better than anything you can come up with. I can assure you of that. And I've seen that happen in my life every single time. Every time that I give in to God's plan over the decisions that I want to make or things that I thought was good for me, His plans always turns out way better and more peaceful and more joyful in the end than I could have come up with, you know. Like the things just weave together to give me the best result that could possibly be good for my life and God's purpose for me. And that we can see in the Bible, like every time the man of God or the woman of God lay down their plan to take on God's plan, it always turned out right. Imagine Jacob, for instance, stealing his brother's birthright because he just felt like he was cunninger, he was smarter, and he would get to be the one to enjoy the blessings of their father. But the way that he went to achieve that was detrimental, that saw him into running away from home, serving his father in law, being scammed twice, and being deceived more than 10 times. Like, and we see that he had to leave, knowing that he had gone, he had lost favor with his father in law and his sons, right? But when he turned his life over to God, saying that this God, the God of my father, Abraham and Isaac, will be my God, we see how God turned him from Jacob, who was a scammer, to Israel, who became the 12th tribe of Israel. And we know the story afterwards. And we can also see, even in the life of Joseph, that if he has stayed back with his father and his brothers, he may still have been his father's favorite, but he would not have turned out the way we saw in Egypt, even though the story, yeah, So, what am I trying to say? God's plan are way above our plan. It says, just as the heaven is far from the earth, so are my ways and my thoughts far from men's. And he said in his word, I know the thoughts that I have towards you, the thought of good and not of evil, to bring you to an expected end. The expected end of God is amazing because he has put every detail in place. He knows what's going to happen tomorrow. He knows what's going to happen 10 years from now. He knows the beat and the pieces to put together to put the right spectrum of things in place so that you would have a great and an amazing life. And the beautiful thing about God planning our lives is He's not just planning for this world, He's also planning for eternity. He's planning for us to spend eternity with Him. Isn't that just amazing? Like we can plan for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, but God is planning for ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Like just echo the forever. Isn't that just amazing to be at peace knowing that you're well taken care of and God is on your side? So I just want to encourage you today. No matter how ambitious you are or how put together you think your world is, I am encouraging you to trust God and just see how He can turn you into miraculous. Cheers.